On today's episode, it's at least 30 years since I last ran an RC electric car. I guess I'm starting my second childhood. Who knows? This is one of the most popular entry-level models available at the moment. This then from Wltoys. Their naming convention leaves something to be desired. What we have here is the 124019, possibly more suited to asphalt. And the one I've selected today, the one here, the more sort of dune buggy style, is the sexily named 124018. This then will be more suited to my local terrain. Everything you need is included in the box. The transmitter, back in the day I would have used just a conventional transmitter, so this will be an introduction to me to this type. It includes the battery there, 2200 milliampere hour pack. You get a comprehensive set of instructions and the charger there. I'll be using my normal RC charger, I think, and even a little spanner. Excellent. These are 12th scale models, and it says it's capable of up to 55 kilometers per hour. We'll have to check that out. It's fairly hefty at just over a kilogram, and it's of a metal construction, which is really great. Back in the day, even the Kyosho and Tamiya models that I ran were only plastic underneath, and they didn't last that long. You can pick these guys up for just over €100 or about $130. Not really going to break the bank for something, I think, of this quality. The suspension arrangement here, that's very good. You can, of course, go to town on modifying these, and there are even people that say you should take the thing apart before you even run it. Some say that the shocks have too much damping and some too little, so check the oil and check the amount of grease in the differential. I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to run it straight out of the box and give you the out-of-box experience, if you will. Let's take a closer look inside the guy. To access the interior of the model then, there are the conventional little clips that go in there. I've linked those together on, I think this came with a camera or something, but I'm bound to lose them unless I keep them attached to something. Maybe a piece of fishing line would work too. And then, very conveniently, the top just swivels back out of the way. The battery is held very securely in both a little tray, which keeps it in place, and also a Velcro locking strap. When it takes a tumble, which it surely will, the battery's not going to go anywhere. You're quite safe with that. Underneath here we can see the drive shaft for the front wheels. And this is using the Dean's style connectors. I will probably in the long term swap those out for XT60s, which I use on all of my packs. The servo there for the front wheels, the speed controller, and the standard looks to be a 550 style Mabuchi motor, similar to the ones that I'm familiar with back in the day. Clearly this is not a brushless motor, but it will deliver a fair amount of torque. The transmitter then, you will need to provide your own battery for AA type cells. I'm using these Sanyo Any Loop rechargeable ones. On-off button, a mode button, I've no idea what that does. A little indicator LED, steering clearly. And at the front here we have dual rates for the throttle and a steering trim to make sure it's going in the right direction. Standard throttle arrangement there. This will probably take some getting used to for me. This will be the first time that I've used it. Let's switch it on then. We get a slow blinking light. Hooking up the battery. There is an on-off switch on the speed controller itself, the little red button there. Press that and we can hear that it's energized, locked and loaded. And we can see the LED here has gone solid. Clearly the steering working well there. I won't be able to trim that out until we've got it outside on the ground. That will just clip down to there. And even a little LED light display there. very neat. Now, holding the model up in the air here, my word, that was a little bit of a surprise. Maybe the 55 kilometers is within its capabilities. Let's get the thing outside and check the steering and take it for its first run. Out for our first run today then, and I found this good space here, but it's right next to the motorway, so there's an awful lot of noise. At my first attempt at using one of these types of transmitters, bear with me. There's obviously one power pylon there, and keep your eye on that because I'm bound to hit it. So we're on the lowest throttle setting at the moment. That's maxed out there, so that's predictably very tame. So let's turn the throttle right up now and see what sort of speed we can get. Woo! Looked like something fell off there. Better go and see what it was. It looks like it was just a bit of plastic on the ground. Hopefully nothing to worry about. Don't think there's anything adrift. No, all looks good. And on our little GPS, if you were wondering what was hiding under here, we get 31 kilometers per hour on my very wiggly attempt. Let's see if we have better luck going this way. I think it's just topped out there. Almost out of range. Come back towards us. Whee! Well, this thing is a blast. Let's see if we got any better. I love the brakes. I didn't realise they would work so well. Did we get any better than 31? 54! Well, 54.7. So what it said on the box, it wasn't lying. This thing can really motor. Let's see if we can break the 55 or break the car. One of the two. Oh dear, that won't do it any good. I thought I was going to hit the tower. I didn't realise we had a raised manhole. Oh, poor little car, what's Daddy done to you? Speed-wise, still 54.7. Steering still seems to work. Rather nasty bump and it's bashed a screw out. But I think we live to fight another day. Let's try one more run. Oh, it's always the last one that gets you. I think it's time to go back to the shop and see if we've broken anything. At 54.7, that's as near a 55 as we're going to get, I think. Definitely a good result there. And it looks like I haven't totally trashed it, which is always good news. Here we are now then off-road. We've seen how it performed on the tarmac, breathtaking speed and surviving impact with a raised metal drain cover. We'll turn the throttle down, obviously, and see how we get on.
coping with the terrain okay with some sticks. So, off-road as well, it's very capable. Good turn of speed even. Whoa! Managed to avoid the fence, excellent. Now we know this isn't a crawler as such. I think that's what they call them, being a novice, but we've got some gravel in here. How will it cope with gravel? Aha! We found something it can't cope with. Oh! Will she reverse out? Hey! Well, this thing is a lot of fun and game for off-road asphalt, 55 kilometers per hour. Well, how are we going to get on in this finer stuff? Let's see. Oh, wheel spin. I think I'm going to help the guy out of this one. Oh, full of gravel. That's not going to do it any good. I think we've managed to break it. The motor is warm, but I wouldn't have said ouch. Yes. I don't think the speed controller liked me piling away in that gravel there. I think I'll have to call it a day for the moment and let things cool down.
You'll be pleased to know that the little guy, once it had cooled down, was working perfectly. It was just the speed controller that had overheated due to my spinning its wheels in the gravel there. Shake the gravel out and it's good to go. I'm really impressed with this little car. As an introduction and a revisit for me after 30 odd years, I think it's absolutely fantastic. If you're new to the hobby, it's an ideal introduction. You saw that it comes with everything you need in the box there, the transmitter, the main power pack, 2200 milliampere hour, and that even in its stock configuration there, you could see that it achieved the claim on the box of 55 kilometers per hour, which I certainly was rather sceptical of, but we've seen that it's true. Got some more testing to do off-road. I think it's capable of much more, and as with most of these models, there are many upgrade parts that you can consider. I've seen people saying that you can run these on 3 cells. Now, the speed controller specifically has written on it that it's only 7.4 volts. If anybody has tried this and can verify that it works on 3S, I could try it without letting the magic smoke out. That's all for now then, highly recommended, and many thanks for watching.